not gonna.
So men have been.
Men are the most horrible creatures.
Men are the problem.
Men.
Men leave.
Are men trash?
Men or a bear?
It's because a man done did something to her.
The bear's not gonna.
So men have been.
Men are the most horrible creatures.
Men are the problem.
Men.
Men leave.
Are men trash?
Men or a bear?
It's because a man done did something to her.
The bear's not gonna.
So men have been.
Men are the most horrible creatures.
Men are the problem.
Men.
Men leave.
Are men trash?
Men or a bear?
It's because a man done did something to her.
Men.
The bear's not
Men
gonna.
leave.
So men have been.
Men are the most horrible creatures.
Men are the problem.
Men.
What's up? What's up? Hello, guys. What's up? How you guys doing? Hope you guys had a good week. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome, guys, to the Saturday live stream, right? Devil's Advocate, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Okay, I think I have a good bunch of videos and clips on deck, so I think it will be an interesting, fun night. Yeah, so let's get started. All right, so this is an interesting clip. I've been wanting to talk about this one for a little while, so yeah, let's get started. Let's check this clip out.
So I'm just coming out of a date and he's never gonna see me again, but he asked me a question that kind of made me go. He jokingly was like, oh, so who are these other guys that I'm in competition with? And I had to be like, other guys? No, you're in competition with me. You're competing against me because, listen, I'm fucking great. I'm fun. I know how to do everything for myself. But what is going to make you special enough for me to want to share my life with? I think this man was like aghast because he was just like, I was being dead serious. You guys have to remember, you're fucking great, and I think the longer I'm single, which I think is like coming on it's coming up 3 years now. There's something else that like I love more than myself. I'm very sure of who I am as a person. Oh, men are scared of independent women. Like, y'all should be. Like, if you are not coming in prepared and sure of yourself, then you're not game. So I'm just coming out of it.
This right here, okay, is the essence of tonight's live. Okay, I think more, and here's the thing. I think there was we said this before. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of us know this. I think Goldman Sachs and other, big time companies have done studies that by 2030, almost half of all women will be single and childless. I think into their 40s and so on. No duh. All right. Women honestly have become unbearable. They have become unbearable. They have become highly expectant. Okay? Women's expectations have risen, right? They have more expectations than ever. Yet, and it's fine. You can have whatever expectations you have, preferences you want. And yet, what men get, okay, has become practically a bunch of unbearable women. Like, the what women want and what men get, it don't match. It don't match. Okay? It's like, great, you're independent. But what does that mean? So this is the thing. It's great. You are a strong, independent woman. What does that mean, right, to a man in the dating market? Because I honestly, it's a lie, in the sense that as independent as women are, they are still expectant on how much a man makes. Right? I mean, she ain't dating a man, like, she ain't dating a man that makes 30, 40K. Because again, women are most definitely expectant on men's income, how much he makes. So, your independence means what? And this is the thing. I'll probably say it again, but it is so ridiculous, unattractive, annoying that women are telling men that I'm more happier single, and yet you are going on dates. Make that make sense. Right? I've put this question out many times. I can never understand when you say you're happy being single, yet you're going on dates. You are looking for a man, in a sense. Stop going on dates. I can never understand. Why change that happiness? Right? If you are so happy being single, right? Not with a man, why go on dates? Is it just to use men? Just to use men for free meals, for experiences? Because you're so independent, right? So you don't need man to provide any of that, meals and experiences. So really, it really never makes sense to me why the strong, happy, independent, single women ever go on dates. Honestly, I don't even know why they want to be in a relationship. Let's break this down.
Date, and he's never gonna see me again. But he asked me a question that kind of made me go. He jokingly was like, "Oh, so who are these other guys that I'm in competition with?" And
look at that, right? It's like that's how annoying women are. He's jokingly, right, trying to, steer the conversation and actually prop up your ego, saying that you must have so many men gunning for you. I'm gonna have to compete for your love. Right? I have to compete to be with you. But then it's like, no other man, right? No other man is going for me, or it don't matter, because you're gonna have to compete with me, with my. You're gonna have to break or change how happy I am being without you, right? Being alone. It's like, girl, why? It's like, so you're telling me I need to change your happiness?
I had to be like, other guys, no, you're in competition with me. You're competing against me because, listen, I'm fucking great.
And here's the thing with women, that line where you're competing with me, in the sense that you're competing, right? How I'm happy being alone. It's really two different things, right? Where competing with other men to be in a relationship with you, the difference to competing with yourself being alone. It's like, in one area is like, you are happy alone. So really, the bar, trying to change that happiness of, like, when she's happy being alone, you have to make her so much more happier to see the view of being with you, compared to, you know what? She's not, her focus isn't happy as being alone, but it's like her goal is a relationship. So you're competing to be the one for her to get into a relationship with. Right? It's not like this is the thing where you're not changing her mind and getting her into wanting to be in a relationship. Okay? That's, maybe I'm explaining, I'm not that good at explaining it, but it's more about the thought where one person wants to be loved. The other person, you have to change them into making them think they they should be loved. It's a weird thing because again, if you're happy being alone, it is so much. Women make it so much more difficult. Okay, this is a thing where I think a lot of people don't understand. Where, and oh, I want to say, Lord Hybrid, what's up? Thank you for stopping by. Where it is so much harder to change a woman's mind. Okay, it is so much harder to change a woman's mind compared to, you know what, reassuring her mindset. So let's I'll put the analogy where she doesn't like you at all, so now you have to change her mind into liking you, compared to, you know what, she already likes you. You just got to reassure that feeling. The levels is so much different. So women like this, she likes being alone. Okay? So now you have to change her mind into not liking being alone. Compared to, you know what? She wants to be in a relationship. So you just got to be the option that she would choose. It's more different than you guys might think. I'm just terrible at explaining it, maybe.
I'm fun. I know how to do everything for myself.
You're fun. Where's the evidence? Women have to understand, right? Being fun with a partner is different than being fun with your friends. And it's different than being fun by yourself. Very different. Okay? It's like women mesh everything together. It's not the same, right? Just like how they think, oh, women's value decrease. Oh, you think I'm not I'm not smart? No, your value in the dating market is different than your value as a human being. And you do everything for yourself. Great, you're an adult. Only women think that they deserve a Nobel Prize for being an adult. Only women, okay? Actually, only women and probably the woke people that appreciate what is it, whatever.
But what is going to make you special enough for me to want to share my life with? Like, this man was like aghast because he was just like, I was being dead serious.
And that's the thing, right? What makes you special enough? Not because I'm amazing already, right? I'm fun. I do everything myself. I'm amazing already. It's like, that's the thing, right? Another annoyance of dating is women are so selfish. Things are so one way. You have not even proven yourself to be a great match for said me. Yet I need to prove myself to be an amazing match for you to spend the rest of your life with.
Serious. You guys have to remember, you're fucking great, and I think the longer
you're great. It's the same thing about women are 10s. This is the thing. How are you great when nobody wants you? It's like this is honestly is ridiculous. How are you a 10 when nobody sees you like that? Besides pandering women.
I'm single, which I think is like coming on it's coming up 3 years now. There's nothing else that like I love more than myself. I'm very
single for 3 years. How great are you? How fun are you? It's like it amazes me that women think that they're so amazing, yet one, they've been single for so long. Two, it's like no man you wanted has wanted your greatness. So really, I can't see that logic.
sure of who I am as a person. Men are scared of independent women. Like, y'all should be. Like,
no. What is scared of, what this is the thing, right? I've seen this constant time. Being scared, phobic, right? It's like insecure. What about an independent woman should make a man scared? It's absolutely ridiculous. What about an independent woman that makes a man scared? That she don't need him? Cool. It's like men are not dying for you to use their money, for you to treat them like tools. Men aren't dying for that. Okay? Men do it. Okay? Men provide and protect because you know what? They want to be with you, but they're not begging for it. Oh, please let me provide and protect you. No. If it could get a woman and she don't care, she don't need that, amazing. Right? If she don't need protection and provision to use his money, to use him as a tool, men, and they still get access to them, men would love it. There's nothing, absolutely nothing to be scared of by an independent woman. Exactly.
If you are not coming in prepared and sure of yourself, then you're not game. So I'm just coming out of like
so annoying. I'm sorry. This right here is why I have no sympathy. I have no sympathy for women in the dating market. Zero. Absolutely, utterly zero. Because again, they do it to themselves. That's why people don't understand. There are clear distinctions, clear differences to men dating scene, women dating scene. Okay? Men have to, it's actually more really complicated. Or maybe not complicated, but maybe long-winded, but it's just that all the problems in women, right? The dating scene with women, they did it to themselves. They created it. On the flip side, men, they're just dealing with problems that are given to them. So, this is why I have no sympathy. And here's another woman. Here's the woman that will eventually blame men for her problems in the dating market. And I've said this, right? If you are so happy, right, being alone, please stay alone. It never makes sense to me why people, especially women, are so happy being alone, yet they complain and they clamor about men and about being in relationships or going on dates. It never makes sense. What's up, guys? Thank you guys for joining. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like Hybrid said, I would walk away from her as soon as she started talking. I would have walked away from her once she said that you were competing with me. I was like, yeah, I was like, can we split the check? Because this independent, strong woman, you know, I want to celebrate her, right? Support her strong, independent self. Let's split the check. I gotta go. This woman is ridiculous. All right, so let's do some Kendra G reaction. All right, let's check this video out.
Oh, let me see this here, girl. You okay?
She said, "You okay?" Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Yes.
What's the name? Am I saying your name right, honey?
No, it's Lathea, but you can call me LA. That makes it nice and easy.
Okay, I call you LA. All right. Well, thank you for the nickname, Grace. I'm terrible with names. LA, where you calling me from, Mama?
Staten Island, New York.
Okay. How old are you?
I just turned 48 on Friday.
Okay, 48 on Friday.
And this is a terrible angle. Really? You are. It's like you. Oh, this is a really ugly angle. And 48. She's 48 and still looking for a man. Still on the dating market. Absolutely utter red flag. You know, the Kendra G show. To be honest, if Kevin Samuels was back, I would rather watch his shit than Kendra G. Because again, not holding any of these women accountable, not really digging in deeper, just is annoying in my opinion.
Yeah,
That's a Virgo.
a Virgo. You got a few Virgos tonight. Tonight is Virgo.
I did. It is. You're right. I am getting a lot of Virgos. Maybe I get birthday people a lot. What do you do for a living, honey?
I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a notary. I do other things, contract work.
Entrepreneur. You have any children?
One, 22-year-old son.
How old?
22.
22. Have you ever been married?
No.
No. Okay. So, well, how do you pronounce your name? One more time.
Lathea.
Lathea. Lathea from Staten Island, New York, 48 Virgo, entrepreneur, mom to a 22-year-old son, never married. What kind of man you looking for, mama?
An honest man. A man who doesn't have a problem, or a man who knows that he's the provider in the relationship. And when I
At 48, this like this is what I'm saying, right? Women are so expectant, have such high standards, yet they could give a shit about what men receive, what men's standards are. Exactly, right? Entrepreneur means at 48, an entrepreneur at 48 means she got no job and she only works when a job comes in. Yeah, okay, great. Not a steady income. So no duh, at 48, she's looking for a provider.
say provider, I mean everything. I mean, financially, he's also the provider of, my security, meaning I should feel secure within the relationship. He should be all about me. I said honest. What else? I'm drawing a blank. I'm super nervous, just to let you know.
Okay. So provider, you mean like pay all the bills?
I think that's what men should do.
Men should do. Men should do. It's funny that women know what real men are. Women know what men should do. Yet when men say shit, what real women are or what women should do, it's an outrage. So should women stay at home, be in the kitchen, cook and clean, just have sex when a man says? Should that? That's outrage.
Well, there's men that do that.
Yes, I know there are.
Okay. So she wants a provider. So if a man came to you and said he wanted to do 50-50, you wouldn't do that.
I frown on the 50-50 thing only because, like I said, I feel like men should be a provider. The men that have been like my examples in life where I was growing up, they took care of everything.
Have you ever had a provider?
Have I ever had a provider? I absolutely have.
Okay. So, and that just.
And then you didn't say what happened to him. That's what I'm saying. It's like, maybe she will, but usually Kendra does not dig in deeper. Because it would be very beneficial to know it.
Just ended that relationship.
Yeah, he was crazy in other ways. But yes, he provided.
What ways was he crazy in?
We'll be here all night, boo.
Okay.
Conversation, Kendra.
Okay. She wants a provider. We'll get to the money question later. What are your deal breakers?
A dishonest man, a man who is not disciplined, who can't keep his thing in his pants, a man who doesn't know how to stand up for his woman. So yeah, I think that's good, to start out with.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
I mean, I prefer dark-skinned men. I prefer taller men. But though that's my preference, what's more important is how he treats me.
Okay. What about money? Should he make a certain amount of money?
Well, I think you should make a certain amount of money. I live in New York, and so it's pretty expensive to live in New York. Um, I mean, I know you give people a hard time for the
Pause,
six
pause,
figures.
pause. I want to correct this right here. I don't give y'all shit, okay?
Yes, you do.
I'm not a man. Let's start there. I am not a man. Y'all do not want me. I do not own a penis. So
Mhm.
it does not matter what I say. So don't put this on me, okay? What I repeat is what men say, and men usually are here saying it in the comments too. But this is not about Kendra, so don't come and be giving me the energy child.
Well, I think six figures is like the minimum, to be honest with you. And I know you oftentimes ask the question, like, I haven't made six figures last year, but I've made six figures, right? And
So you don't make six figures yourself, but you want him to make
in
six
this moment, no, I don't. But when I was in corporate America doing my thing, yes, I was.
Okay.
Great. So it's like women like this, it's especially, it don't matter. Great, you made six figures. Hell, you can make six figures right now. What does it mean? What does it matter? You just said you want a man to provide 100%. This is why I said, right? This is why everyone say it really don't matter what women do. Their career, their accomplishments, their jobs, their goals. It really don't matter, right? This is I've said this countless times before. This is why men only value, right, in general, this is why men only value women's beauty, youth, and body. That is it. Honestly, that is it. Everything else is maybe a plus or minus. But that is pretty much only thing men value. Why? That is the only thing women give men. Their youth, their body. Pretty much it, right? It's like, because again, here's a woman, even if she makes six figures right now, she's not providing for a man. Hell, she's not even going 50-50 with a man. So really, women's money don't matter in general, okay? Because what she will do, and who knows if she will give it to them that often, is her body. But she's lacking in the youth. She's 48. And body, who knows how much you will get from a 48-year-old. And I don't know how active, right, men are in their 50s or so on. So really, is that really that great? I don't know. But it's ridiculous. And this is the insanity of a lot of women. The man that can provide for you at 48, he can provide for a woman at 38. Hell, he can provide for a woman at 28. What makes you so special compared to a woman at 38, at 28? That's the insanity. That's the thing, right? And this is why the thumbnail is, are we entering the cat lady era? Right? Because like Hybrid said, she's saying date me and take all my bills. Why? What is like, what is there's no benefit. Fairfax says a woman can be beautiful physically and she can say something stupid and instantly come out as undateable and totally not marriage. Exactly. And this is the thing, right? Why I said that, honestly, women are the root of their own problems. Here's a 48-year-old that's still single. And I've said this countless times before. Yo, Mark Truth, thank you for stopping by. Oh yeah, and Fairfax, thank you for stopping by too. This is the thing. 48, still single. It's not because of men she's still single. It's because of her. It's like, it's so ridiculous.
Okay. So, but would you date a man that didn't make six figures?
I mean, not really.
Okay. So
not here.
Okay. So
Because
let me
even
ask
with
you
that
this.
amount of money, it's kind of like, it's
Okay.
hard to make things happen here in New York.
Okay. Now it doesn't haven't seen, I know these are things that a lot of women want, and I understand the desire of it, but you did describe a small percentage of men to a certain degree,
And
as in the amount of money that he wants to make, and then also the characteristic of, you know, you want a provider, you want him to pay for everything. Not saying that this would happen. I'm just asking for clarity. So if you don't meet a man that wants to, you know, do all those things, has the income, also believes how you believe as in being the provider, are you okay with not having no man?
I mean, I'm okay with, I mean, I, to a certain extent, yes, right? Because I don't want to settle. And if I settle, then I'm not going to be totally happy,
What's your
right?
definition of settle?
Not those things that I've already said that I want.
Okay.
Not getting the things that I say that I want.
Okay. I'm assuming you know these men that fit all your characteristics.
I mean, I know men who make six figures. I mean, like I said, I was in a position just some time ago where I was doing that on a regular basis.
Right.
And because I switched over to the entrepreneurial lane, I'm not there just yet, but I'm know I'll be there again.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not talking about that.
You're 48. It's like you're thinking you're 28. It's like, you know, you'll be there again. Wanting to be an entrepreneur at 48 is honestly ridiculous, because the amount of work, right, that being an entrepreneur, being a successful entrepreneur, that it would take is insane. It's an insane amount of work. Ridiculous.
I guess right now, the reason I asked if you know these men, what's wrong with the men that you know?
Because I'm very picky, and I'll say that. I'm very, very picky. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those men. I just left a relationship with a guy made six figures. Okay. But again,
Why'd you leave the relationship?
because that relationship was over 6 months into it. We made it. We held on for another 2 years, 2.5.
Why was it over 6 months in?
Because I found out that he was married on paper, married for papers. When I
I'm
asked,
married for, wait, I'm confused. Married on paper?
married to someone else, but he said that he did it for papers, for their papers,
Okay.
for them to get.
This is the thing what women are so stupid about. They're so stupid. Okay? At a certain point, okay, you will only be able to attract certain types of men. Men that, fine, you want six-figure men? Maybe she's probably dating those men, right? But again, not every six-figure man is top-level man. So here's the thing. Women like this will probably be dating bottom-of-the-barrel six-figure men, right? Men that cheat, men that lie, men that abuse. Those are men that don't commit. Those are the men that these women want. The six-figure men that only go for these types of women. Because again, even though you're six figures, you want to go for the easy, low-hanging fruit.
Papers for a green card.
Okay.
But we had the discussion before we got together. He totally lied about it. And I tried to come back from that, but it was really hard for me to do that. And then
So was he pursuing a divorce, or he was staying married?
well, he was staying married at the time. He promised me that he would get a divorce, but for the majority of that relationship, he didn't. Now, when we were ending the relationship, he said that he did finally get the divorce, but I don't know if that's true.
And what was his occupation? Because you said he made six figures.
He works for.
You don't gotta say. You don't gotta say what he works for. You can just say what he, like, the title.
Yeah, well, I don't even know if people would know what that is.
Is what he did for a living?
What he did in that company, because it's like it was a procurement agent, I think is the name of the title. Procurement,
Okay.
something like
All
that.
A recruiter.
So fair enough. So that's over because he was.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, to be honest, people can be picky, right? People can be picky. She don't qualify to be picky. It's like she don't, because at 48, life have already shown you, right, what you get for being picky. You're still single. Men are, you're only attracting bottom of the barrel men. So really, you can be picky, but life will show you what you get for being picky.
Literally married to somebody
He was
else.
literally married. Supposedly he was not married anymore by the time we separated, but there were other issues. He had children. We had issues with the children. It just, it was issue after issue. And then to be totally transparent and honest, he had a problem with me not, wanting to work a regular job and bringing in regular income and all that
Oh,
stuff.
he wanted you to work too.
Mhm.
Oh, but you don't want to. Oh, sorry, you're an entrepreneur.
And that is why women's money, women's job, women's career means nothing. Zero. I swear, any man or women talking about strong independent women, talking about caring about women's career, all that shit is BS. Like I said, right? I've said this before. It doesn't mean that knowing that she has a career or what she's passionate about, or learning about her job isn't like interesting, or a good talking point. But it don't make you more interested or attracted to the woman. It doesn't, okay? Because again, knowing this woman is a lawyer doesn't make her more beautiful, right? It may be good to talk to. It may, good conversation starters, right? But again, you're attracted because of her beauty, because of how she looks. Plain and simple. Because again, that is only thing you get from women.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, let's do the Kendra Can.
And this is also something I can say, right? If women change that, right? Where women want to be providers, want to do 50-50, like women are actively contributing financially to a man's life, he would be more concerned or attracted to her wealth, her job, her earnings. That's the thing where people gotta understand. Yes. Could he care about her job? Yes. Could he care about, how much money she makes? Yes. But if it benefits him, if it contributes to his life, because again, why it don't matter if you're going for provider men, your job, your money means nothing, because again, you're not contributing to his life. He's not benefiting from you working.
Yeah, mama.
Okay.
We gotta see your legs, boo.
I see, Kendra. I see.
Looks like you're in good shape. Okay. I see them jeans, girl. So LA, you said I could call her LA because I don't mispronounce her name. Do you want a guy to be in Staten Island?
No.
All right. You're 48. What's the age range you want to date?
I'll go down to 45 to about 55.
Okay. You have paid questions. Do you want them?
I'll take the first one, and if I don't feel like answering, I won't answer.
Okay. Coffee Killer said, so the man you want won't think he's settling for you. What sets you apart from the many other women wanting this popular man? What
Well,
makes
the thing
your
is, everybody's different, right? So just because, there's another 48-year-old woman who looks fairly decent for her age and this and that. I know the woman that I am, and what I bring to a situation. I hate that phrase, like, what do you bring to the table? Because that's crap to me. You understand what I'm saying?
It's crap to you. But you are expecting what he brings to the table. And this is the absolute funniest of women, okay? She expects a man to bring something to the table, to her table. Yet, she don't like the question when it's on her. And she's a 48-year-old, a man that makes 6 figures, okay? He's loyal. He wants to be a provider. 38-year-olds would want him. Okay? If he's 45, maybe even in the 50s, 38-year-old woman would want him. Hell, depending on how much he provides, a 28-year-old woman will want him. So really, you're not just competing with women at 48.
Everyone is different. I'm a very loving person. I'm a very supportive person.
Yo, Oren, let me say this. Honestly, I think I've become dumber reacting to Kendra G videos. But my audience love it, right? My Kendra G videos, reaction videos, are one of the best viewed videos I have, right? So really, it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. So it is what it is. But I admit, watching this has rot my brain, right? Rot my brain and kill brain cells.
Whatever. What sets me apart is me being me, really.
Okay. Do you want any more of the questions?
If I don't care to answer, I won't, but you can give it to me.
Okay. LII said, Miss Kendra, she's 50-50 at bare minimum responsibility though, but she doesn't want to accept that.
I'm 50. What does that mean?
He's saying that you would have to.
You only qualify for 50-50 bare minimum. I mean, to be honest, it's like at 48, I think she should be a sugar mama. That's her qualifications. I mean, this is the thing. She's crazy.
Go 50-50 with your guy to get the type of guy.
And how does he make that assumption?
LII, how did you come to that conclusion that she's 50-50? If you want to elaborate.
50-50 at best. What does that mean?
What he's saying is, what his translations, whether you agree with it or not, what he's saying is that you would have to go, I guess he's putting you in the category of a woman that has to go 50-50 with her man.
No, but again, what makes him come to that conclusion?
LII, what makes you come to that conclusion? Okay. All right. If you want to explain. Jag Medi said, what is that man gonna get that he probably can get from someone that's younger?
See, that's the type of mentality I don't really entertain. If you want a woman that's younger, that's fine. I'm so.
You don't want to entertain it. This is why I say women like this should just stay single. Get out of the dating market. Get out of the dating market. Because women like this don't care what men want. They don't. They don't care what the men that they want. What do these men want? It's like, I'm sorry, women do not gain intelligence nor wisdom with age and life experience. Because again, it's like you can't see that you are failing in one area, right? I'm not talking about other areas, but you are failing in the dating market. Yeah, I'm most likely she's looking for a retirement plan, but this is a woman that she's gonna suffer, right? Because all she thinks of men is a retirement plan, and those men will only think of her as a whole to be used.
Someone who's completely different than anyone that you've met. I'm a completely different person. So your experience with me is going to be different than your experience with a younger woman, an older woman, a smarter woman, a less attractive woman, whatever the case may be.
I got you. Okay. After this one, I'm going back to my questions. Eclipse said, I love her energy. She's silly and funny.
I am. And thank you, Eclipse.
All right, let's take a pause. Let me go back to my questions.
Okay.
So when was your last relationship, LA?
It just ended last month. But like I said, it was pretty much over a long time ago.
Okay. Well, he was married the whole time, correct?
As far as I know. Like I said, when one of our last conversations, he said that he got the.
Oren, I didn't answer you when you said, how do I do this? Because of you guys. Because of you guys. I will suffer through these videos, rotting my brain for you guys. Because I know, as much as you guys hate this too, it is entertaining in the sense that these are the women that are out there. These are the women that, you know what, make men realize why I ain't dealing with this shit, right? No, I ain't dealing with these types of women. I'm not going to be doing this. Videos has shown men that I'm not going to simp for these dusty ass women.
Divorce, but I don't know if I could believe that. You know, it doesn't really matter at this point, and it didn't matter at that point when we were having a conversation.
When you don't have to answer, but when's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Some months back.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
I am an overthinker. I am a Virgo. I'm a typical Virgo in that sense. I am an overthinker. I am extremely opinionated. You may have figured that out already. I'm extremely opinionated. I don't feel like that's a flaw, but I know that people kind of see that as a flaw. And I'm very outspoken. You know, I don't typically bite my tongue. And I wrote down my flaws so I wouldn't forget. Oh yeah, following through with ideas that I have, because I'm someone who has ideas all of the time about different things, usually business, having to do with business, and then I don't necessarily always bring them to fruition.
Fair enough. All right, LA, why would a guy be lucky to be with you, boo?
Well,
Are you excited for this one?
I think I have a really good personality. I'm ready to be with someone who is serious about having a relationship. I'm ready to settle down.
At 48? At 48, she's ready to settle down. Ready for someone to be in.
Not settle, but settle down. And, you know, I'm down for whatever, you know, but not for whatever with the bullshit. I'm down for all the good shit. I'm down for all the good shit.
Down for all the good shit. Okay, you are 48. What's the age range you want to date?
I said I would go to 45 to about 55.
Okay.
I would even do 58 because if somebody is like 60 and keeping himself together, I'm okay with that.
Okay. And you want him in Staten Island? I can't remember.
No.
No.
I
Okay.
actually don't want Staten Island.
Okay. You have more paid questions, but it's completely up to you.
Go ahead. I don't mind.
You don't mind. Okay. Earlier you asked LII, why did he say you are 50?
Okay, he's responding back. Okay.
He did. He said, because of how you look.
Oh, so I'm mediocre in his mind. Well, I don't consider myself to be mediocre. That's his opinion.
You are. It's okay. First of all, it's not his opinion. Your life has shown it. This is the thing where women seem to not understand. You're not a perfect 10 unless your life has shown it. You're not a 9. You're not an 8 unless life has shown it. Okay? Unless provider men, millionaire men are clamoring to be with you, right? You're on the cover of magazines. You are, I don't know, desirable by majority of men. You are not an 8, a 9, a 10. You're not. I'm sorry, at 48, I mean, she's not like obese or anything. She has a terrible angle. I would say I bet she's a 4. So, yeah, you are beyond mediocre. Especially asking for rare men, financially at least.
Opinion. So yeah, even though he says that I'm 50-50 at best, I know that there's someone out there who feels like I deserve 100%
Okay.
of everything.
Ooh, don't get it. Don't start it with it. Jag Maddie says 6-figure men want their women fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive.
Okay, did he notice something different?
You know, how are you submissive? And It's like fit. I mean, are you? The body's really like her body's like a stick figure. She's not obese, but it's pretty stick figured. Maybe friendly, I guess, but
Okay. Okay. Well, I think right there. Okay, we'll end the.
whatever. I mean, that's the thing, right? I like what Mark said because I 100% believe it, right? The delusion in so many modern women is off the chart, and we'll cover that in subsequent videos. So yeah, she ain't. I mean, she ain't. She's practically a line. So she ain't. Figure is not terrible, but it ain't anything special. But yeah, what do you guys think? Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for checking out the live. Oren, you're constantly going down on her rating. She ain't, I mean, this is the thing, right? I've seen 1 or 2s, right? I've seen 3s. So that's why I gave her kind of a 4. But I mean, if purely looks, if I include her age and all this stuff, probably will go down, especially for the type of man she wants. But again, life will dictate your dating market value. So, all right, this has been a interesting video that I've seen on my For You page, right? My TikTok. It's been a kind of viral, right? I mean, I guess it's been pretty viral, right? So we'll check this one out.
My thoughts were on dating outside of my social class, and I answered that I would quite literally never do that, and here's why. For the purpose of this question, I took social class to sort of mean like socioeconomic class, so my economic status, maybe around how much money I make, the social status, like perhaps the caliber of school that I went to and the spaces that I found myself in as a result, and the people I found myself surrounded by. And then also like the lifestyle I created for myself that's a combination of like the economic status and...
So this is a 4-minute long video, so I'll probably react to it while I'm watching it instead of, you know, letting it play and then reacting to it. So essentially she's talking about she will only date men within her financial social class.
The school and the spaces and all of that. I think you guys get how that fits together. It's important to note that I did not grow up with a lot of money. My father went to prison when I was 4 years old. During that time and all the time after, like my mom has been a public school teacher, so they don't make a lot of money. When we first moved to Atlanta, we lived in a 2-bedroom apartment with 7 people sharing 1 bathroom. Like I literally shared the bottom bunk of a bunk bed with my second oldest brother, and then my oldest brother and my sister-in-law were on the top bunk of that bed. Okay, we were not a Jack and Jill family, okay? Money was not, we didn't have a lot of it. So knowing my circumstances, when I was like 12 years old, I made this vision board for myself. My mom actually found recently in her storage unit. I had basically carved out my entire life, like what I was gonna do in high school to make sure I could get into an Ivy League college, and what I was gonna do at that college to make sure I could get into a certain law school or buy a certain car and have a certain apartment or home. Like all of these things I had planned out, and I knew that because my family didn't have the same financial resources someone else's did or access to certain people to get me into doors, I had to open them myself. So that's what I did. I created an insane amount of opportunities for myself by literally putting my blood, sweat, and tears into everything I did. From the time that I was 12 years old until now, like 23, I was so intentional about every decision I made, whether it was not dating in high school or not drinking or prioritizing school or trying to get different scholarships. I did everything in my power to make sure that the life I was creating for myself while I was kind of stepping into the autonomy that I would have as a young adult, even as a teenager going into a young adult, being able to create the life I want to, that I was doing everything in my power to have something different than what I had growing up. And of course, I didn't have to.
Now here's the thing, right? I get it. I understand that she worked really hard to change her life, you know, from her upbringing. So she will be very stickler on who she wants to date, so her life doesn't go backwards. I get it, okay? And I've said this before, anybody and everybody can and should have their preferences and standards, 100%. But I've done quite a few videos of these women that want 6-figure men. It don't matter if you are, I don't know what she does, right? A lawyer, doctor, to even a 40-year-old woman that does nothing, to a 21-year-old woman that does nothing. It really don't matter. Because here's the thing. Yes, you may open the doors or be in the same spot as these types of men. The problem is, what I find is that women like this, they do not prioritize men. They don't, right? Men are last on their priority list. So because of that, here's a woman that's fairly attractive. Okay, she's fairly attractive. But what I found out is that women like this, they're so determined, right? In the sense that career-wise, that even though she's attractive, attraction will lessen over time. And a lot of these women have such high standards, which is fine. But as those high standards continue to increase, your dating market value only decreases over time. While the men that you want, well, there's always another 20-year-old woman that will want him. And that's the thing where women understand. They want men that are rare, that are highly desirable. Yet, they are not smart in finding, getting, keeping these types of men. Because while this woman is, like I said, fairly attractive, I guarantee you, men are not her priority. Having a relationship, having a husband isn't her priority. This is the thing where, yes, I've said this. It's great that she opens doors, right? Because of wherever her socio-economic tax bracket is, she'll probably be around those types of men. Women are usually around six-figure men. Doesn't mean that they will attract these men, nor does it mean that they can keep these men. Okay? So, I just think that women are going about at least dating very wrong.
Do this. I didn't have to stay up all night applying to scholarships to earn over $500,000 to go to college. I didn't have to apply to Columbia and do all the things that is required to get into a school like that, but I wanted to because I wanted to have a certain life. Even when it comes to content, when I started making content, I was taking 19 credit hours. I was working 3 days a week in office at my internship, but then I was also working with a tech startup virtually, and then I also started doing content, and it was probably one of the hardest times in my life, but again, I knew that I wanted to set myself up for greatness, and that is what was required. So knowing that.
But also, here's the thing, right? She sets her up for financial greatness or, career greatness, not relationship greatness, right? Because that's the problem. Like Hybrid said, women definitely know what they want. No, I think she's been just her TikTok, right? I'm doubtful that this is a woman that does OF. Right, because I don't know, her snooty or highbrow attitude, right? Thinking, the rich stuff like that. So I don't think so. But anyway, but women like this don't know or care what the men that they want. What do these men want? They're not clamoring for women that focuses on their career, focuses on their money. They go for women that focuses on them.
Understanding how much work I put.
The danger is these women are only game to these men, okay? To conquer her, to pretty much, I don't know, trap her or, rule over her, whatever. That's how those men find these types of women, right? Or look at these types of women. Women that don't really care, they focus on career, but not on men, or not on finding good quality man to be with. Well, those men will just see this woman as a plaything.
Into the person that I wanted to be in the life I wanted to have. It feels so unfair to me now and also to my younger self, who was just so forward thinking and put so many things on the back burner to prioritize the life that I would have right now. For me to date someone who cannot give me the life that I've always wanted, they can't match it. I don't even need you to give it to me because I've already gotten it for myself, but if you can't be right there with me, it's not fair to me to lower my standards or accept certain things that I knew I never wanted to, which is why
that's something I don't understand, right? let's say this, a man that provides, he's not thinking about a woman giving him anything besides love, right? Besides probably being, here's the thing where I think is weird, right? Where a man that provides, all he cares about is his woman supporting him, pushing him, helping him. Not about her money. So it's weird that this woman thinks that, like, I did all these things, like, to get my job, to get my career, to get my education to a certain level. Yet I want a man that's at that level for what? For what? What does a man at that level do? Because again, I always find it weird because women have focused on their life to become six-figure earners, right? To be highly educated. So you've made all this money. You're at such a high-level career, yet what does it mean for a man that of kind of equal status? Because again, it does what for you? Unless you want to take a step back on your responsibility or grind, so he can take up more of the responsibilities of your life, right? Taking care of you more. It's like,
I work so hard on myself just so that I can be with you. And it is not lost on me the fact that a lot of guys my age are just not going to have what I have because...
I think that Hybrid says, right? She has too much going on for me. Go do your career girl thing. Here's the thing. A lot of men will see this. Like I said, she's decent looking. But a man at her tax bracket, okay? A man at her socioeconomic level, he sees that too. He will see that too. Where, okay, if you are so focused on your career, great. But why would I want you when there are plenty of other attractive women around that will add to my life? Okay? That I will be a major part of her life. The only men that will go for a woman like this are the men that will use her. Okay? The men that's playing with her.
I'm in a very unique position to make an insane amount of money for someone my age. And that's where the other part of the socioeconomic status comes in. I need to at least see that you have worked as hard as I have to put yourself into certain spaces, to open up certain doors for yourself, to go to certain schools or whatever it is, because you have this intrinsic ambition and drive, because you know that you also have your eyes set on the sort of lifestyle that I do, and that is what you're actively working towards every day. Not having that does not make you a bum. It doesn't make you undesirable. It doesn't make you an unattractive man or anything. It just makes you incompatible with me and the lifestyle that I want to have. I appreciate the drive that I have and the confidence that has been instilled in me because of all the things I've been able to do for myself, and I really appreciate that in other potential partners as well. So if I'm really considering like seriously dating someone, not just like a casual date, whatever, this is something that is a requirement for me. It's not like oh, I hope or maybe I will. I've tried it before. I'm not doing it. This is what I require, and I don't think it's a lot to ask. Shit, I asked it of myself at 12 and look at where I am.
Great, right? But she's just an example why it don't matter, right? Because it don't matter about how much you make, because again, at the end of the day, you still require a man to make that or more. But here's the thing, right? Like I said, she's attractive. She's decently attractive and most likely in her mid-20s. So I would never say to a woman like this, you won't find a man. No, you will. You will easily find a man. There will be easily men clamoring to be with you. Your DMs will be full of men, okay? I would never say that. But here's the thing where I would say, over time, you will definitely have a hard time finding the men that you want. That is 100% certainty, okay? Especially when you do not prioritize finding the man that you want. And I've seen this countless times again. Great that you will make so much money. Great. But again, money, career, education, that takes time. And usually women purely focuses on that. While relationship also takes time. Finding a man that is right for you also takes time, yet women don't focus on that. And they only focus on that until they're less attractive and even more expectant. So really, you know, great. But again, your value in the dating market is at all-time highs, yet you don't take advantage of it. And then when your value goes down in the dating market, is now when you, oh, I want to find a man that's at my level. But now that you are a millionaire, right? This woman could possibly be a millionaire. Now that you're more, now that before it was a six-figure man, now it's a millionaire man, right? But yet you're older and your expectations is a millionaire man. Well, boom. Now things are harder for you. And then the millionaire man sees that, now that, what am I getting, right? I don't care about your millions. So what am I getting? Your looks have faded. You are older. You are more expectant. You're most likely more bitter. So really, what am I getting? That's the thing a lot of women do not understand, nor do they care. So, but why this is kind of going viral is because a lot of people are talking about it. So let's get a, I guess, reaction or another video about it.
Some of y'all just hate black women because we are being inundated with images online and in society that tells us we are the only ones expected to not have standards. We're the only ones expected to accept the crumbs and the scraps that society throws at us, even and especially when it comes to us choosing a partner. I say all of that because I've seen both men and women on this app almost try to demonize Clark for having standards. Dating is not supposed to be fair and equal. No one has to give you access to their personal space, their time, their energy, or their bodies unless you meet the standards that they've set for themselves. And that is perfectly okay. And we understand that with any other group within our society. But when it comes to black women, it's like, no, you should just be grateful for what we give you. Some of y'all just hate black women.
This was an interesting take, right? From this woman about the last video, okay? This was an interesting take, saying that because people are criticizing or talking about that other women's standards. She said people hate black women. It's not that. It's not that. Here's the thing, right? Why on a lot of Kendra G's show, okay, which is predominantly black women, why that show essentially showed why black men that makes six figures, black men that are over 6 foot, black men that are decently looking or really good looking, are or is one of the most desirable men out there. Because again, you would think the amount of men that make six figures is a small percent of men. So imagine that small percent of men. How many of that small percent of men are black men? Okay? Even smaller. And how many of that small percent of black men that make six figures, how many of those men are good looking? Right? Good looking. Even more small. Okay? And that's why it turns out that why black men of this small category so highly desired. And this is the thing why men aren't saying that you shouldn't have high standards. But the problem is, what I say a lot of times with women is that you don't realize your dating market. You don't realize your dating pool. You don't realize what you're asking for. Because again, it's great who you want to ask for. But the problem is that, one, you still deal with men that don't fit your category, right? Don't fit your standards. You still give men one-night stands, give men your bodies that don't fit these standards, okay? You still do that. And two, because certain men or men that you want or even not want, because your dating market results that you're not getting the men that you want, you blame men in general. You blame all men. You just blame men. When in fact, it has nothing to do with men when you are going for such a small percent of men. That's the thing why people do criticize people's standards, because then it doesn't make sense, right? You cannot have standards of a small group of men, and then on the flip side, blame men, right? Men are cheaters, men are dogs, men are liars, you know, all this shit. When, how can you say that when you only deal with a small percent of men?
Because we are being inundated with images online and in society that tells us we are the only ones expected to not have standards.
And here's the thing. I don't know people saying that you shouldn't have your standards. You should have whatever standards you want, but realize, be grounded. Okay. 1, do you qualify for those standards? 2, you can have your standards, but understand the consequences of said standards, right? Because again, if your standard is, oh, a black man over 6 foot, 6-figure man, cool. But the consequences of that is that you are not alone, right? You're not the only black woman. Hell, Asian women, white women, you're not the only women that want these rare ass men. So understand it. And how these men, let's say this, right? How the futures of the world, the Nick Cannons, the Cam Newtons, the athletes, the entertainers, why would you be surprised or criticize these men, okay, for having multiple baby mamas, cheating on you, having mistresses? How can you criticize these men? That is the thing, right? How can you criticize these men when you chose these, when you wanted these men, when your dating pool is only these men? That's it. I think it's insane for women to criticize these men when these men fit what women's standards are.
We're the only ones expected to accept the crumbs and the scraps that society throws.
And that's the thing, right? Paris Soldier said, black women say they have standards. Family courts say they act differently. Here's the thing, right? That's also what I was talking about, right? It's great you have standards. Yet, you are dealing with men that don't meet those standards. That's the thing, right? You have one-night stands, you have friends with benefits, you have situationships with men that don't meet those standards. That's the insanity. That is the insane part of it. Great, you have standards. Stick to it. No one, that's the thing. No one said you shouldn't have standards. But men see the hypocrisy of those standards, right? Because again, to the men that fits those standards, right? He may be a engineer. He may be a tech geek. But because he's a tech geek, he's a engineer or whatever, he's geeky, he's awkward. He has to earn your love. While the Chads, the players, the Tyrones, right? The Pookies, those men get your body practically right away. That's what men see, okay? Through women's actions. Women's actions show it.
Throws at us, even and especially when it comes to us choosing a partner. I say all of that because I've seen both men and women on this app almost try to demonize Clark for having standards. Dating is not supposed to be fair and equal. No one has to give you access to their...
I really wish... I agree. Dating... In reality, dating is not fair, nor is it equal. It isn't. Right? That is why I'm not complaining, right? That good guys finish last. I'm not complaining that nice guys finish last. I'm not really even complaining that the players, the bad boys, the Chads and Tyrones get the women. I'm not really complaining about that. That is reality, okay? If your looks are maxed, right? If you are highly desirable, great. I'm not complaining about that. That's reality. Life is not fair.
Personal space, their time, their energy, or their bodies unless you meet the standards that they've set for themselves. And that is perfectly okay. And we understand that with any other group within our society. But when it comes to black women, it's like, no, You should just be grateful for what we give you. Some of y'all just hate black women.
I mean, what do you guys think? You tell me. I don't know. I mean, that was weird. Whatever. What do you guys think? Whew. Thank you guys for stopping by the live. You guys are amazing. All right, I have an interesting clip that I want to show. I think you guys would love this. I think you guys would love this. This is funny in a sad way. Parasocial, if you're going, thank you for stopping by. All right, so let's check this video out. I think that is a guy. I don't know what this is, right? Maybe a college theater show or whatever. You know, you wonder why men in general don't care for, they're not clamoring to support gay men. Okay? Because you could see this, right? I'll probably have it play in the background. It is a, you know, you understand women and alphabet men. You know what, to be honest, I can never understand any gay man or someone born as a man. It's like, so you say men, yeah, I mean, you say men are trash, yet what are you? So you're not a man then. Like I said, this is why men do not support or care about gay men, right? I to be honest, I mean, you could do you, right? I'm not hating on gay men, but why would I support you in any kind of way? Because this is, I show you this because I came across it, right? It's just funny. Because imagine this, if men did any kind of entertainment and say women are trash, it will be flagged. It will be ridiculed and criticized. I mean, 200,000 likes, right? Probably a lot of views. Dozens, thousands of comments saying that women loving this, supporting this, all this shit. And yet they cannot see the hypocrisy in that. Because if it was flipped, which back in the day, right? Entertainment was practically that. Yet women called outrage. Outrage, you know? And yet this is celebrated. And this is the thing, right? Yeah, I guess women are getting revenge. Great. Great. But this is the thing where, how can you be surprised how men treat women? When if it was reversed, situations were reversed, women would not treat men any better. Women would not treat men any better. I cannot believe there's a man in the audience. Maybe I could, right? This is why, honestly, I definitely hate woke men. I definitely hate pandering men. I really hate any man that would support this hypocrisy and delusion. It's absolutely disgusting. And this is what I'm showing this too, right? Because think about this. We have apps, right? Social media stuff where this is promoted, right? It's like I said, imagine if this was reverse. Men are singing, men are doing entertainment that ridiculing women. It will be flagged right away, right? On these social media apps. Yet men are inundated. Men are, they're shown content like this. There's content like this out there that's telling you that you are trash as a man. There's content out there that is telling you that you are trash as a man. And men and women are supporting that. This is why I said this, right? I've said this before. Neither man or woman, neither men or women care about men, right? It's like, this is why I said I hate pandering men. You would shit on men when you are one. It's like you think you're so better. And then it's just that. Things like this, right? You wonder why men are at all-time lows in like confidence and how society views men. Okay? Now, I do not condone the incel culture, right? But I understand them. I understand them in the sense that, not because I am one, but I understand it because, again, as men, everyone is attacking you, right? No one cares about you. No one wants you. Like I said, men and women are attacking you. Men and women are calling you trash. So really, right? Like I said, I'm not condoning or do I support incel men in the sense that, right? But again, I understand how certain men, right, may view the world at large. When average men, this is the thing where I think it's funny where people complain, the patriarchy, men power, all this shit. No. Average men don't have it better than women, right? Average men are at the bottom, right? Average women are above average men. Average women have more value in society than average men. Average men are the underdogs. They are at the bottom of the totem pole. Right? So I understand how dejected men feel, how useless men feel. I understand that. Because society promotes it. Society, right? It's like, how can you complain we're living in patriarchy when there are media, entertainment that is telling men are trash? Really? Are men actually in power? I don't know. I'm just, this, it kind of ticked me off, right? That this is, I mean, yeah. I mean, I think even back in like the 80s and 90s, men had, better. This is the thing, right? I'm not saying there weren't terrible men back in the years of past, but again, it only gets worse. I think it has gotten worse because again, women don't care about men. Women are trashing men. I don't know. It's just, and then we have society, right? Look at this, right? Let alone men are getting no one, right? No woman wants them. And then we have society, both man and women, right? Men and women calling men trash. So, yeah, no, I can't be surprised how men are feeling nowadays. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. So. I'll probably get a lot of hate for this. I don't know, maybe even a flag, but this is why I really don't care for gay men. I really don't care for gay men. Because again, would these gay men be doing a performance saying women are trash? Would they? No. They will definitely be in a performance saying that men are. When that's why you're not viewed as a man. What do you guys think? Yeah. You know, that's the thing, right? Where I'm in my 40s. And that's the thing why I don't think, I mean, this is the thing. I don't condone hate necessarily. I'm not saying like I hate them, but I definitely don't like them, or nor do I really support them. Because again, at the end of the day, these are the men, right? These are the men that would, you know, call you trash when they themselves are men. So there's no, honestly, for me, there's no loyalty. So I don't condone, I don't care for anyone that has no loyalty, in my opinion. Right? So yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, that's the thing, right? I'm not going out of my way, but I'm not for you either. So, you know, you do you. But I definitely don't view you as anything special. Alright, so I got another video that was interesting. So let's check this video out.
Okay, so a marriage conversation came up between me and a guy. I asked him, do he want to get married? Have he ever been married? Blah, blah, blah. He said, he don't mind getting married. He just don't want to get the government involved in his business. And y'all all know what that means. That means that man wants you to stay a lifetime girlfriend. He won't marry you, you know, he don't want to sign the paperwork to go through the government. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you.
Hybrid. I was going to talk about the lashes, but I let the video play first because it's not that long of a video. I was going to talk about the lashes.
Exactly what I told this man. Mind you, I have heard this same excuse before. Like somebody don't want to get married. They don't want the government in their business and signing the paperwork and blah, blah, blah. Okay. The government gave you your social security number. Now, it don't stop you from signing your social security number on the application when you accept a job, right? Again, the government gave you your social security number. It don't stop you from writing down your social security number when you're applying for a house, applying for a car, applying for a credit card. You don't mind the government being in your business then, right? The government gave you your 16-digit credit card and debit card number. That don't stop you from swiping the card, right? So why all of a sudden you want to stand on business as far as having the government in your business when it comes down to marrying a woman? But you don't mind the government being in your business no other way? No other time? You don't mind them being in your business no other time? Except for when it comes down to marrying that woman? He got the right idea. Wrong bitch. Okay.
Yes. Extremely dumb analogies. Okay? This is the thing. You, as a citizen, you automatically get a social security number. It's part of the government. Okay? It's part of being a citizen. It's not like it's a citizen right, okay, to have a social security. And to be honest, you can't. It's not like we can choose to opt out of it, in the sense that you can't do a lot of things without a social security number. So really, it's not because it's by choice, right? It's not really by choice, okay? It's because you have to do it. It's such a. This is like, what is idiot? First of all, yes, her lashes is ridiculous. It's like, I didn't even know if her eyes were open or not a lot of the times. Absolutely ridiculous. But that shows you her idiotic take. I think is funny. Women, I think, in my honest opinion, women can give you good career, maybe in financial advice, right? Because women are doing well in making money. Hell, maybe they could give you good educational advice. They cannot give you good relationship advice because they only fail. They only fail at it. And their supposedly relationship advice or relationship takes are idiotic at best.
So a marriage conversation came up between me and a guy. I asked him, do he want to get married? Have you ever been married? Blah, blah, blah.
Here's my take on marriage, right? I've said this before. I want to get married. But I've changed my tune in the sense that I only want to get married if I'm going to have kids with you. Because in my personal opinion, my own morality, if I'm going to have kids with you, I want a secure foundation. Okay? You are giving me kids, I'm giving you the security of marriage. That is my own personal opinion. Now, I ain't no, millionaire man. But if I ever get to that point, I want marriage, and I definitely want a prenup. Okay, so that's my take on it. I don't necessarily say, men shouldn't get married, but men should go about things a smart way. Prenup and only marriage for the right situation, i.e. kids. This is why I say women that are older, right? Past 40, maybe past 45, they don't qualify for marriage. They are only a bad investment. You're not getting kids out of these women. So really, all you potentially can have is a fallout, a divorce. There's the only downside. So that's why I said older women, sadly, they don't qualify for marriage. Because what do you get out of it?
He said he don't mind getting married. He just don't want to get the government involved in his business. And y'all all know what that means. That means that man wants you to stay a lifetime girlfriend. He won't marry you, he don't want to sign the paperwork to go through the government. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you exactly what I told this man. Mind you, I have heard this same excuse before. Like somebody don't want to get married. They don't want the government in their business and signing the paperwork and blah, blah, blah. Okay. The government gave you your social security number. Now, it don't stop you from signing your social security number on the application when you accept a job, right?
Because you have to. It's like, this is a thing where that's an idiotic take, because you don't have a choice. You have to. It's such an idiotic take. Again, it's not, you can't opt out of it. You can't say, I want to be a citizen, yet I don't want a social security number. Because honestly, everything being a citizen in the US, you need it. Opening a bank account, applying for a job, getting a loan, whatever, you have to have it. You cannot opt out of having a social security number. Because if you could, you can't do shit in the US.
Again, the government gave you your social security number. It don't stop you from.
They assign you. Okay, it's really distinctly different because again, you can't do nothing without it. Not by choice.
Writing down your social security number when you're applying for a house, applying for a car, applying for a credit card. You don't mind the government being in your business then.
You have to.
Right?
It's not like you don't mind. It's that you have no choice. This is what I'm saying, right? When women talk about dating, I'm sorry, they are idiots. Absolute idiots. This woman is in her feelings. Because she's in her feelings, she's idiotic. I'm not saying she's a stupid person. I'm just saying that she has an idiotic take.
The government gave you your 16-digit credit card and debit card number. That don't stop.
No, a government cannot and does not issue you a debit card nor a credit card. That's banks. The bank is not the government. I'm sorry. That's like such an idiotic. Wow. That is so stupid.
That don't stop you from swiping the card.
And she's smiling and she thinks she's like did a good analogy. It's like, I'm sorry. Women are so emotional that they think they're logical. No, I'm sorry. You're stupid. Because again, a debit card and a credit card isn't issued by the government. They don't give it to you. Now, unless you're talking about a food stamp card or EBT card, then okay. But, you know, that's not the same as a debit card nor a credit card.
Right? So why all of a sudden you want to stand on business as far as having the government in your business when it comes down to marrying a woman?
Because again, one, you have the choice. Two, it's like, where's the benefit? It's like, this is a thing where women don't understand. Divorces, child support, surprise, surprise, the government makes money from it. They take a portion of your child support money. Sometimes they take a big portion. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, they also take a portion of your, I think, alimony or split assets, finances. I definitely know they do take portions of your child support money. So yeah, no duh. Why when in relationship aspect, men don't want the government a part of it, right? Which is court system, right? That is a part of the government. They don't want that to be a part of relationship because again, it's unfair for men, right? Because other things, right? The social security card, all that shit she's talking about. People have no choice, right? If you don't do it, you can't survive in the US. But men have a choice when it comes to marriage. So yeah, when you have a choice, you want to make the choice that benefits you. Or at least a choice that doesn't destroy you.
But you don't mind the government being in your business no other way? No other time? You don't mind them being in your business no other time?
And it's ridiculous. Don't mind. You have no choice.
Except for when it come down to marrying that woman, he got the right idea. Wrong bitch.
She seems so emotional.
Okay. So a marriage
I'm sorry. It's like... And this is why women like this stay single. Ridiculous. What do you guys think? All right. It seems like that, right? It seems like that. This is the thing with women. They will definitely be in their feelings because they can't get the men that they want. i.e., good segue to this video. So let's check this one out.
This is a hard realization, y'all. It's really hard for me to even accept that this is my life when it comes to dating. But it's like the ones that I don't want are the ones that are putting in effort. The ones that I'm not interested in, don't like, I'm not attracted to are the ones that are really serious, wanting to plan dates, wanting to fly me out, wanting to take care of me, are genuinely showing interest, falling in love with me. And meanwhile, the ones that I do actually want, the one I'm like, that's my type. I like you. I really like you. There's chemistry there. Don't give a fuck. Okay, there's 0 dates planned, not sending flowers, not checking in, sending me little WID texts. Crumbs. Crumbs. What a life. This is a hard real.
That is why I have, and I think all men should have, no sympathy for women in the dating market. Now, I'm not talking about women, you know, in general, right? Their life and all that shit. No. I'm talking about I have no sympathy, no empathy for women when it comes to dating. Because in my personal opinion, every woman have been surrounded, have attracted the good guy. The guy that would respect you, that wants to be with you, that would want to be monogamous to you, want to be faithful to you, that wants to provide for you, that wants to love you, take care of you, provide and protect for you, that just wants to treat you like the princess, right? Wants to put you on a pedestal. I think 99% of women have came across that man already. Yet, they don't choose that man. They're not attracted to that man. So, that's why I have no sympathy for women when it comes to dating. Because again, you have attracted good guys. You are just not attracted to them. You are constantly attracted to men that don't care for you. And then you complain about men, right? So why would I have sympathy for something that you are creating? Why would I have sympathy of the problems that you are creating yourself? I have none. I have zero. And I think all men, right, especially good men, should have none. No sympathy for women when it comes to dating. And that's the thing, right? That's the thing. Men know this, and I hope men recognize this. This is what I'm saying, where men know that, you know what? You don't listen to what women say. You see their actions. Because again, women have said, I want a man that treats me good. I want a man that's faithful to me. I want a man that provides and protects me. I want a man that loves me. Yet, I will still, in action, right? In my actions, I don't want to be with that man. I want to be with a man that ignores me, that is toxic to me, that uses me, that cheats on me, that lies on me, right? I want that man.
Y'all, it's really hard for me to even accept that this is my life when it comes to dating. But it's like the ones that I don't want are the ones that are putting in effort. The ones that I'm not interested in, don't like.
Here's also the thing, right? The ones that you don't want are putting effort in because they know that you don't want them. They know it. Because this is the thing, right? Why do you think that there are men that say that women's standards are bullshit, right? Women's standards are bullshit. Women's standard of like the 6-figure men, the men that are loyal, right? Men are monogamous, the men that are providers, the men that, let's say, the men that treat you right, right? The men that don't lie, You know why men say that those are bullshit? Because again, you will go for the men that don't, right? You will go for the men that will still treat you bad, while say that you don't like the men that treat you well. Because you're not attracted to those men, right? You make those men work. That's the thing, right? Why men see the hypocrisy. You make the men that will be good relationship-wise, you make those men wait. You make those men work for it. While the players, the bad boys, the Chads, the Tyrones, the Pookies, the Ray Rays, those men get your body practically right away. Practically didn't need to work for. They didn't need to take you on a date. They don't even need to take you on a dinner date, take you on a 5-star restaurant. They don't need to do shit. And they still get your body.
Like, I'm not attracted.
Honestly, this is what the things I'm saying right now, this video I'm showing, this is why Red Pill has been created. This is the thing, right? Men didn't choose to create a movement, a safe space for men, or they didn't choose to create Red Pill. Women did it. All these men's spaces, right? There are the consequences of women's actions, right? Because again, men know this shit, but a lot of men, they are delusional, and I've been there. I've done that, right? We delude ourselves. Oh, women want men to treat them right, right? Women want men that respects them, that loves them, that, that will be faithful to them, that will provide for them, that will protect for them, be the knight in shining armor to these women. Men want, that's what men said. Until Red Pill comes out and say, no, they don't want that. They want the men of top qualities, right? It's that the men that are highly desirable. All this shit you hear. Because again, it shows. I eat this.
Attracted to are the ones that are really serious, wanting to plan dates, wanting to fly me out, wanting to take care of me, are genuinely showing interest, falling in love with me. And meanwhile, the ones that I do actually want, the one I'm like, that's my type.
That's my type. Guess what's her type? The highly attracted Chads, Tyrones, Pookies, Ray Rays, players, bad boys. That's her type, okay? The attractive man that has options. It's like, and then you wonder why. You women and some men wonder why, these Red Pill became established or was developed. Okay? You wonder why men's spaces popped up. They didn't choose it, right? Men essentially are loners, right? Men are essentially loners. They don't really group with each other. They don't really create movements because men don't care, right? Men want an easy life. They don't care. But they're fed up. Men are fed up. Men are fed up with the lies, with the manipulations, with the selfishness, right? Men are tired about the Disney effect. Men are tired about how society tell men they should act, yet go against it, right? Tell men you should love, respect, put effort in women, yet women will go for men, attracted to men that don't.
I like you. I really like you. There's chemistry.
Why? Why do you like him, right? Why do you like him when he could give a shit about you? Your type, this is the thing. Your type is a man that ignores you. A man that's toxic to you. That's what gives you chemistry. The vibe, chemistry, the butterflies. Again, this is why women are dangerous. This is why men are not jumping to marry women. Because that is dangerous. Your love, your desire for a man is the chemistry, right? The feelings, the butterflies that he gives you, right? The high dopamine effects of emotions. Because again, the men that put effort in, the men that are loving, the respectful, they're boring. They're not going to stimulate you emotionally, right? You got to think, why do the players and bad boys get so many women? They know how to manipulate women's emotions. I'm sorry. This is a fact. 100% fact. If you can manipulate women, women will fall for you. If you know how to lie to a woman, know how to manipulate her emotions, she will gain chemistry for you. She will get the butterflies for you.
There. Don't give a fuck. Okay, there's 0 dates planned, not sending flowers, not checking in, sending me little WID texts. Crumbs. Crumbs.
And that's why, right, women qualify for crumbs. Because again, they choose it. Yo, Mystic, thank you for stopping by. That is why women qualify for crumbs. This is the thing, right? I'm so amazed by women asking for high effort from men, yet they are willing to accept low effort, practically no effort, because she's attracted to him. While, right, the men that she's not attracted to, she expects high effort.
What a life. This is a hard realization, y'all.
Some of y'all just hate black women.
This is a hard. You're down.
Here's this is funny, right? This is her talking about a situationship. Yes, no effort from bums. From bums, they want no effort because then he's attractive. He's 6'5", 6'2". He's attractive. I will accept no effort from him. But hey, the geeky tech guy, the geeky engineer, the faithful engineer, the faithful doctor, he needs to put in effort.
You're down if you matched with a guy on Bumble who lived in a different state, and the only reason you guys matched was one weekend you happened to be in a city that was closer to his city by the border, and so you guys ended up matching.
Hybrid, I love that. I don't give them effort. I give them money. Yeah. I mean...
And you guys start to talk every single day. You exchange numbers and you're having like lengthy conversations. You're enjoying each other's company. You're really having a good time talking to each other and getting to learn about each other. And you realize that there's a lot of shared similarities with each other's experiences in life. And then he finally decides to have you come to his city. So you fly out to his city. He gets your hotel. You stay in the hotel for those 3 days while you're there. Everything is going great. He takes you out. You guys have so much fun together. You have like really deep conversations and you feel like you found your twin flame, your soulmate, and you're just like, wow, head over heels over this guy. And then you finally fly back home and then they check in on you just to make sure that you made it home safely. And then after that, you don't hear from them for like 2 or 3 days and you're like, well, maybe they weren't really interested and they were just, you know, pretending to be interested because they wanted to, you know, and so you're...
He got that, right? He tapped that. He tapped that. This is why I say women deserve their outcomes. Women deserve the outcomes that they get. Okay? The men that... This is the thing, right? Here's what happens when the Pookies show effort. Pookie's effort are only until they can tap it. Please listen, right? Pookies only show effort until they tap it. That's when the effort dries. Because again, that effort, well, they already got what they wanted. Was tapping it. That's the thing what women can't understand, right? Where because of their attitude, right? Where here's a woman that belittles or think less of men that would love her, would show her effort, would actually show her effort, actually show her commitment, show her respect, show her love, right? Really put in the time and effort for her. He doesn't get that, right? So this is why the Pookies win, where they only need to sprinkle a little bit of effort, right? Sprinkle a little bit of effort, because all they care about is just getting to the bag, or getting to the box. That's it. That's all they care about. Once they got it, on to the next one. And this is why women like this will only get that kind of treatment. Because again, when you don't value good guys, yet you value terrible, toxic men, you are attracted to toxic men, well, you will only get toxic results.
Just like, okay, well, I guess it is what it is, but you're kind of heartbroken. But then you hear from them again. After 3 days, they finally reach out to you like nothing happened. And you're just like, oh, okay. You just excuse the behavior and you just continue to talk to them anyway and don't even address it. And so you guys continue talking. You're having 9-10 hour conversations on the phone. You barely hear from them. They'll probably reach out every 2 to 3 days, but you're just accepting of this because you really, really like this person and you really want to give them time to kind of figure out things and if they really want to take things seriously with you or not. So you just continue to accept the behavior, but deep down you're really suffering because you really, really like this person and you want them to be.
And that's the thing, right? That is why the Pookies win. That is why. Right? That is why the Futures, the Nick Cannons, the Cam Newtons of the world, that's why they win. These toxic men, these men that supposedly treat women terribly, yet are highly desired by women. Okay? A man that shows crumbs, like she said, right? Low effort. She's like over the moon for this man. Right? But the man that would give her that high amount of effort, she ignores. She's not attracted to. She doesn't want.
Fully immersed in your life and be inquiring about you every single day, but they don't do that. So they're just giving you breadcrumbs and you just continue to accept it. And then months later,
breadcrumbs, right? This is why men see it, right? Men see it. Men aren't idiots. Men see women accept the bare minimum, or even worse, from women, right? From these terrible men. Men see women accept the bare minimum from men. So this is a thing where good guys, nice guys, good men, they need to do better when you accept the bare minimum. Breadcrumbs, right? From terrible men. Yet you have high standards from the good men. It's like, this is why men are walking away. This is why, in my opinion, it's the nice guys that have created the passport bros. Because they're tired of this shit. They're tired of never winning. They're tired of being looked as the undesirables. They're tired of finishing last. Because I'm like this, right? Where, why is the shitty toxic man getting a woman to go crazy for him? Yet, if I treat a woman correctly, if I love her, want to provide for her, want to support her, want to respect her, I'm not desired, right? I'm not treated well. I'm treated like shit. Yet the good men, the abusive men, the liars, the players, they get women that can't even leave them, right? Women that would not leave these men. Yet the good guys, and I've heard so many stories of good marriage, like men that are faithful and put high effort into their marriages, women cheat on these men. They cheat on these men with toxic ass guys. That's the thing where it's insane. Yes, the bums win, right? The scrubs that women say. These guys win, at least in the dating market, right? I'm not talking about necessarily life or finances, but these guys win when it comes to women.
later they finally come to your city. You guys spend a whole weekend together. They meet your sister and friends and you go out with them and they meet people in your life and you guys have such a good time. They go back home. They do their usual behavior of not talking to you for 2 or 3 days and ghosting you and giving you little crumbs here and there, and you still continue to accept it. And then they come for Thanksgiving, to spend Thanksgiving with you. You make a whole entire Thanksgiving meal for them and you guys have such a good time together, and then you introduce them to your parents.
I think it's funny, right? For the bums, the pookies, they get high effort. They get high effort from women. High effort, low expectations. Like, men know this, right? For the Pookies, women give these men high effort and low expectations. For the nice guys, for the men that want to be good guys, right? They get low effort and high expectations. Absolute hypocrisy. Absolute hypocrisy. Absolute delusion. Absolute disgustingness right there. Disgusting.
Your brother has a Thanksgiving dinner at his house. He meets my sister-in-law, my family, and so many other people that are very close to me, and everybody really liked him. He even helped us put our Christmas tree up, watch football games with my dad and my brother. You have such a good time. And then he leaves, and then he does his usual behavior again of not talking to you. But then you start to ask questions like, hey, you know, like, what are we doing? Where's this going? I'm really looking for something more with you. I really like you. You start really opening up and being vulnerable with them. And then that scares them. And then they're like, you know, I really like you and I don't want to lose you. You deserve better. But I also don't want to, you know, let you go. I want to be a part of your life. And I'm like, well, I'm really looking for something serious and I don't want to let you go either. But let's try to see if we can make this serious. And so then he's like, okay, let's have this conversation more in detail. It was a particular weekend that his mom was coming into town and it was his daughter's birthday. He's like, okay, once they're gone after this weekend, you and I can sit down and we can talk and figure out next steps because I don't want to lose you. And you're like, okay. And they're like, okay, you know, weekend comes, Monday comes, Tuesday comes, nothing, haven't heard from them. Wednesday comes, Thursday comes, Friday, nothing. You reach out to them, they don't respond to you. You continuously reach out over the weeks, nothing. They just ghost you, don't say anything to you.
You already knew his red flags. You already knew that this man was a low commitment man. You already knew it. You already knew that this man did not take you seriously. That this man did not want to commit to you. You already knew. I have no sympathy. I have no sympathy for women when it comes to dating. You saw the red flags. You chose to continue. You chose to waste your time, your youth, on a shitty ass guy. And then you, blame men? You want to blame men? When you chose to deal with that man. You chose to waste your life, waste your time on that type of man.
And then you find out through a Facebook group, through a girl who posted a picture in one of the groups saying, does anybody know this person? You find out through the groups that he was actually seeing someone else. He even sent a picture.
It's a weird trend, right, Mystic? It's a weird trend. And these women trying to say that, oh, have you experienced this thing, right? Put a finger down if this has happened to you, kind of thing.
In my brother's living room during Thanksgiving, because she was suspecting he was somewhere. And he sent her a picture of him in my brother's living room watching football, saying, oh, I'm watching a game with his friends. But he was with me.
Ain't that something? This is the thing, right? This man is in those Facebook groups where women say, oh, have you seen this man? Because I'm dating him too. You know, it's funny, right? There's these Facebook groups of women asking, are you dating this man as well? But imagine this. No Facebook group are of the good guys. Where, are you dating this man? Because again, he's slick as hell. That's how players work. But again, you gotta think. If you thinking deeper, right? It is the toxic men that are winning in relationships or winning in the dating market. Okay? I have never gotten two women to love me at once, to want to be in a relationship with me. I've never been in, had a multitude of women, right? But bad men have, the Pookies have, And I'm not saying I clamor for it or I'm designing for it, but again, that shows you, right, the dating life of toxic men and of average nice guys.
You're down.
That's the funny thing. I always think that it's so interesting when you think about women's dating life, because it's so idiotic. It is indeed the twilight zone. It is indeed the twilight zone when women will break rules for the shitty ass men, yet make and keep rules for the good guys. That is why the nice guys finish last. Because again, he is treated like last place. Yes, the bums swimming in coochie. I mean, it's like women galore. You know what? I mean, hybrid, you're lucky. I've never been, I've never been in that life. I've never had the life of the player, the bad boy, right? Even when I was younger, I am a socially awkward guy, right? I'm glad that my life experience did not turn me into an incel man, shit like that. But my life experience have created me where, you know what, I'm a better man. I'm better off. I'm not controlled by women or the thought of wanting to get a woman. No, I'm not. For me, I focus on my purpose in a sense where I have direction, I have goals. That's my purpose in life. Women aren't going to control, at least now, right? I've been the simp, I've been the beta, for most of my life. I ain't doing that shit again. That's not for me. So, I've been on the flip side where I'm seeing this is the thing, right? Where this is the insanity. I said this already before, where I'm not saying I support incel men, but again, this is the thing. And I'm not saying incel men are good guys or nice guys. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, like, how can you, right? Anybody be surprised how men can become bitter, right? How can you be surprised how men can become bitter? A man that's loyal or that wants to be loyal to a woman, wants to love a woman, wants to marry a woman, wants to treat her like a princess, treat her like a queen. He gets nobody. He's not swimming in coochie, okay? A man that's cheating on his girlfriend, okay? A man that shows you low effort. He has 2 women that want to be with him. Who knows if he has others, right? But at least we know that he has 2 women wanting to be with him. Yes, I mean maybe late, but it's a sign of growth for my part. But I'm just saying, like, how can you be surprised how men feel, how bitter men are in the dating market when women do this? Majority of women do this right here. They will bend over backwards for the shitty men, but men that would want them, would show them effort, would treat them like a queen, whatever. Those men are ignored. Those men are called creeps. Those men are not they get no play. So, yeah, that's the insanity part. That's true. That's the thing where I think any man can change in the sense that his mindset and improve himself. Okay? You can always improve yourself. So I'm still on my journey to be the best version of myself. That's why I created this channel, where I want to support, encourage men to be the best version of themselves and not let downstairs control you, not let these types of women, right, destroy your self-confidence, destroy your mindset, ruin your life, because my life has been ruined and destroyed by women. So I'm just saying that, like, I'm on my journey to be the best version of myself, right? To not be controlled by my desires for women. So right, so it's a long live, right? 2 hours. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys love it. It was fun. I love you guys. You guys are amazing, right? Mystic, Hybrid, Oren. If you guys are still here, right? I'm pretty sure Parasocial left. Everyone, all of you guys, right? Mark, Truth, Fairfax. You guys are amazing, right? I love you guys. Thank you for support. Thank you. Thank you for the love, the encourage, just watching my shit, right? So you guys are amazing. Thank you, Hybrid. Yeah. Hope you guys have a good rest of the weekend. Stay safe, guys. Later.